Is it that the climate catastrophists are getting wrong about CO2?
More CO2 is good for the world. It's not bad for the world. And so it's absurd to be trying to reduce CO2 with all the other problems, with the absurd projections of lower costs for renewable energy. It's clearly a lie. It's not true.
And explain to us how is, in your opinion, as a Princeton professor and climate scientist and physicist, how is CO2 good for the world?
Well, for the first thing, if you look at geological history, and you've got lots of good geologists here in Australia who've made this point many times, we're in a CO2 famine now compared to what is normal for plants. And just about any plant, if you give it more CO2, and a lot more, it will do better. In my country, most greenhouses double or triple the amount of CO2, and they have to pay for it. It's not cheap. But it's worth investing in it because the plants grow so much better. The quality of the flowers and the fruits are so much better. And the situation is even better outside of greenhouses because in addition to the benefits you get in a greenhouse where you have plenty of water, you get resistance to drought. And that's particularly important in Australia, which has large areas that are quite arid. And if you look from satellites, Australia is a poster boy of greening of the entire world, especially Western Australia. So it's unbelievable that they've managed to turn this beneficial gas, a part of life, into a threat. They talk about carbon pollution. I can't imagine what they're talking about. We're made of carbon. And we breathe out 2 pounds of CO2 a day, each of us, right? 8 billion people, 2 pounds a day. Multiply that by the number of days in the year. And in fact, many of them say, well, people are the real problem. It's not the CO2. We've got too many people. And really, we can't have more than 1 billion people in the world. So I look around in a room, they're not even the 7 out of 8 of us here on this show enough to reduce the population.
What is it that the climate catastrophists are getting wrong about CO2?
More CO2 is good for the world. It's not bad for the world. And so it's absurd to be trying to reduce CO2 with all the other problems, with the...
What